this hour, word of God this hour. From the Father, the word of the power of God. When I talk about what they call extraterrestrials, strange things from hidden places coming out, you look at me strangely. How many of you saw the news yesterday? America. Oh, you didn't see? Oh, first in 50 years. Official. This is not, they agreed already. 3-4 years now they have agreed. It's on the news. Fox is on the news. The whole earth. They are consulting with experts from multiple nations. It's open, it's done, it's official. The things are flying around military installations. There's a whole department. They are still covering up. After the guy gave his speech, someone commented, someone that is an expert on this thing, I said that they served you people with 1% of the information that is available, like 1% or so, or less. He said, I think he said out of 2,000 reports, the guy brought one and read a part for you. I hope I'm not wrong. Okay, let's say it's 200 reports. They brought one piece and read and gave the impression that we have come out to the public. This is a government appointed, United States of America appointment. It's a problem. It's like a state of emergency, that there are things that we don't know who they are, what they are, flying aircraft in our spaces. We are afraid of accidents. So Pastor Etta is not crazy. I told you then that I wasn't crazy. I kept telling you. This is not be saying I whisper. They are not whispering. This is in Senate. This is the Pentagon, the lead military leadership of America. He's referring to countries. Experts from other countries, who is who, are being consulted because they don't know what to do. The speed the things move, everything I've ever told you, the speed they move it, we don't stand a chance. If they decide to attack, you're finished. They are not from here. They are not earthbound. I told you they may be under the earth because there is a category that has knees under the earth that bows. So while you're running after money, get ready, because ordinarily you're finished. The church, this thing you people call Christianity, you don't stand a chance. I told you that film life, what you watch in films, you see it with your eyes. I was telling you I didn't have the boldness in 2016, 17, so around 2018, I started hinting you. Many of those things I used to tell people, I told the leaders earlier, I'll hint them. Nobody still agreed it was real till they have come out. They can't deny it. People have phones. They say the amount of reports, pilots, the things they see. Who are those guys? What do they want? Do you open YouTube or anything and you hear adverts talking about that the food that they're planning to reveal themselves to the earth? You think it's a joke? Keep being an unserious Christian. When he stands in front of you, they've been kidnapping people. The last calculation I heard, they said an average of every 6 minutes, someone in the US is kidnapped by one of those things. For real. People wake up with signs of surgery that they never had on earth. People's eggs are taken out. They are trying to reproduce. The craziest things your brain can imagine. How many of your pastors are preaching it? You must make it in this life. After you make it, what will you do when something that looks like this comes into your house and carries 2 of your children? You throw, you settle it. Will you settle it? You bind this. Are you sure you have authority? Have you learned how to bind? How many Christians know how to bind, rebuke demons, handle demons? How many? How many? How many of you used to bind as you're shouting, saying G at night? He pressed you harder. Raise your hand. I'm asking a question. So all these hands, is it with that energy you bind? Listen, that one was the spiritual one. When the physical manifestation of those things comes, how will you bind this? People have been caught up, dragged up, sucked up into things. For real. Many, but those days they will say it's a lie. They would silence, so people hid because they'll say you're mad and they may commit you to a mental institution. So people kept quiet and suffered. When you ask them about, many of them, it's like, you see this thing in Men in Black where they do and you forget your memory. That thing, people completely forget. Then they are watching something on TV. Then they start shaking. I saw a video of one that happened in Zimbabwe from the 90s. I saw this video some years ago. And they went looking for a primary school. and a spaceship appeared, and one of those things came out. Those grays, those things with big eyes. They went to the children that were in that school 15, 20 years later and asked them about it. All of them, they start shaking. They didn't touch them all. They didn't carry them anywhere. They don't go, oh yeah, I saw it. No, they are terrified. A dread comes on them. People that have been abducted. One man, he said, was abducted till he died. At the time he was talking, he was in his 80s. The wound was still fresh. They raped him. And he said he believes why? Because he ate the flesh of one of them. It's known among the Sangomas of South Africa. It's known. There are problems we don't have, and for that we thank God. But it doesn't mean it never happened or it's unknown. But in South Africa, from ancient times, crop circles, they said they used to have it. And there's sometimes that they have a crash, that their craft crashes, that it crashed. So they went in and one was wounded. It's something they know. And this man that was talking, he died last year too, Credo Mutwa. He said they brought a gray, the most horrible thing you can imagine. And they ate it. Why? Because they know when they eat it, there's powers that you have. You go like mad, then you hear everything on multiple levels. If someone plays music, bang, you hear it on 7 levels. No. You see, everything changes if you don't die. Because from head to toe, rashes, they scratch their body till you're just like a mad person. But when you come out of it, you have powers. That's if you survive it. He says he believes that's why they abducted him. One day he was walking across this thing. He was a Sangoma, a Sanusi. He was the highest, one of the highest ranking, very educated man. They kidnapped him. He said one of these things that look like one of these idol things you see in these idols with the breast high up like this, straight like this. It's not, you think it's a carving of a person. No. He said he saw it with his eyes, a living being, female. He came and climbed on top of him and raped him and tore his private part, wounded it. He had the wound. As he was talking, he said, if you check now, it's still there after 50 years. The way it was. He saw someone else there. X-Files kind of stuff. Now, I didn't really watch X-Files, but I have an idea of what it shows. Anyone watch X-Files? About people being abducted. Those things are from real stories. Yes, they make it appear like movies. They take them from real things that people said happened to them. You think your world is, you think this world is what you think. That's what you think. A time will come. You see these things I'm saying? A time will come, everybody will know it. You go like, wow, can you imagine there was a time we didn't know it? If just in the last 5 years of what I've told you has already come to pass. I told you a time will come, they'll not be able to cover it up. 2-3 years ago, they agreed. In the time of Trump, 3-4, they start exposing it. You can't hide it anymore. It's too much. It's everywhere. The occurrences, it's overwhelming. Now it's going to get more. What will you do? You throw your certificate at it. Make sure you have A's. Don't read your Bible. Don't know Jesus. When you come here, play, backslide, front slide, slide, stand, lie down, joke with God. When they grab you, you think all this music, all these things happening, you think it's from, you don't understand what's happening. Your world is a spiritual place. Let me just finish that story. The man, he saw another man in that place, like a laboratory. They do experiments on them. Injected something, I think, into his private. They were doing all sorts of things. He said he saw a white man there. This was a black South African. He saw a man there. One day he's walking on the road in South Africa and he sees that man. The man sees him and takes off running. Terror on his face. You have to understand that our world there are things on child. There are more things than this. If whatever you think you've even heard me say from it, there's more. That's why again I cannot understand. Do you understand the power of blindness? Blindness will make a fully grown person kill themselves in bright afternoon simply because you can't see. Whoever you say, please help me, that holds your hand, can kill you, can do anything to you, can walk you straight into a gutter in front of a Mack truck. That's what blindness does. Which is why I pray one prayer for everyone that walks through these doors. Always. Father, give them eyes to see and ears to hear. I may pray more, but that's the main prayer I pray for every human being I come in contact with. Father, the way you've opened my eyes, open their eyes. Because if your eyes are not open, I am sorry. This world, you think this world has, you think you've seen trouble. Whatever. If the little thing you went through made you deny Jesus, wait for what is coming. You'll be alive. You think you're in an X-Men movie. Because you see power. You see power. Now the difference is that power is from the darkness. Then there's the light. He said, be careful that the light that is in you is not that, because there's a darkness coming that will come like an angel of light. And many will embrace it. They will embrace it. And when they embrace it, they will end up in the lake of fire with the beast and his image and the number of his name. And if you're not careful, even the elect will be deceived. Now, if that does not scare you, if they say even the elect, even, then where? So you, there is a joker. Where are you hoping to find yourself? If the righteous scarcely be saved, what will happen to the godless and the sinner? So you cannot be righteous because Pastor Ita said you should be righteous. I'll just do it because Pastor, you're a joker. Wait, be a sinner. Wait and see how far. When they grab you for afternoon and nothing can save you. When you see human beings that do their hand like this and cars fly in the air, get born again that day and go and confront them. Don't get born again 10 years before. Then don't enter God till you disappear. Don't soak in God. Then emerge like a superhero too. And tell me what you do when you look out the window and cars are flying. Phew, bah, phew, bah, phew, bah, phew, bah. Tell me what you will do. You say, well, it's not like that. That is not like that. The power of God will not allow. The power of God that you're claiming did not stop you from being pressed. Small astral projector. Small. That your neighbor, that small witch, that small girl witch. Small girl, like literally 13 years old. You're 24. She crosses over and tortures you freely. My God will not. You're a joke. You're finished. You'll be joking with sin. Allow your preachers deceive you. Tell you that God brought you here to make money. Let me see what money will do for you. Let me see what education, a good degree will do for you in the face of the flood of darkness that will hit this earth when Satan is thrown out of the heavenly places onto the earth. And he says, woe unto you, inhabitants of the earth. For the devil has come to you knowing that his time is short. Small demons, the boy of the demons, they oppress you. Then when look at Christians, every time they say principalities, you start saying, che. That's the lowest in the four. Principalities, powers are higher than principalities. The rulers of the darkness of this world, these are the ogres of the darkness itself. And then there's spiritual wickedness. They don't live on earth. They stay in heavenly places. These are wicked spirits of darkness. They stay in heaven. They can't come down to this level. Go, check. Small, I forsake God forbid. The Bible says they will be cast down to the earth and that they will come with great anger, wrath. What will you do? When they say get born again, don't get born again. Let them be begging you to come to church. Get born again, then don't be born again, then be born, then don't back forth. Continue. One day, when they eat you physically, when they carry like that and put for and spit out your bones, you wish you got born again. You didn't just get born again. You grew up, then you learned to use all the weapons of the spirit, bazooka, everything that can be used. And then you connected with your type. And then you learn to fight as a group. Then you learn to know the voice of the spirit.